Fortnite Season 6 on a Galaxy S7 Edge. We're going to fortnite.com/Android, clicking on the Epic Games link, and downloading the installer over a mobile 4G network. This will take some time as it is a step-by-step process. You can skip ahead each step if you want to, and take it from there. So what happens here is that I'm downloading the installer, and the installer is a small file, so it's going to be pretty quick to download. And once it's finished, you have two options. You can either open the tab or click done. I selected open, and from there it will take you to the Epic Games link where the installer will start downloading the program. It's about a gig of file space, so it might take some time. And as I started here, I had to give all access to the app to download things. And this is where, in my previous video, I explained to you how the hack could occur, and it's at this stage where the hack could really occur. So because you don't really know what's happening, and during this process, what I did was I sped up the file for you quickly, so you don't have to go through all this boring process of actually downloading and waiting for the whole thing to install. But the graphics is pretty good as far as the image over there. There's a nice lady with her cowboy outfit, and as you can see, I speeded up this process so it goes pretty fast. I'm hoping, but it will take some time. Anyway, I'll just let the download process happen. Like I said, it's over a gig, so over a mobile network. It might take longer than expected, but actually it worked out to be pretty fast. I waited, it took only around about, I'd say, 5 minutes flat for the download to happen, and then what I did was just wait and follow the next step thereafter. But during this whole entire process, I didn't know the security process or whether something else was happening, so I clicked the notification to see if it was actually still working, and as you can see, that was still working, and then the installation process kicked into the next phase. So let's just watch that and see what happens. I kind of got the feeling during this process I was totally numb. I really didn't know what to do. I was just sitting there and waiting and waiting and waiting for the next step. But it was laborious, taking a long time. I was just doing nothing and twiddling my fingers, actually. Was it worth the wait? Yeah, kind of. I wasn't really sure what was going on. So, like I said, I was just waiting for that yellow thing to complete. But I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and looking at the lady and looking at the installer guy over there. I mean, it's really comedic, but on another scale, you know, this is over a mobile network, so it was moving as fast as it could. Then eventually I saw the Fortnite screen and I thought I was ready for the action. But then I turned up the volume, hoping that there'd be some sound. There wasn't any. And then again they asked me to download a 1.04 gig file. And I try to speed this process up to you, but really what I wanted to show you over here was that with the gig the app was needing, the download time, just to show you guys how long it took to download over a 4G network, is quite incredible. This thing moved at lightning speed. I must say I was very satisfied with the network capability. This was not Wi-Fi. Let me just explain to you. I was using my mobile phone to record this, so it was done directly from the mobile phone, and it was not done over a network, a LAN network, a house network, anything like that. It was done directly over my mobile phone. So I was at the discretion of the carrier that I was using, and the download time seems might as be fast as you can think it is, but actually it's quite moving at a blistering speed here. Look at it. I mean, yeah, I did speed up the video quite a bit, but all in all, I didn't speed it up that much to bore you that much out of it. I'm trying to go as fast as I can over here, guys, so just bear with me. If you want to skip ahead, please go ahead and skip ahead. Otherwise, you can watch the whole download process. Like I said, it's 1 gig, so it takes quite some time to do this. But anyway, I think it's going at quite fast rate. I mean, like I said, I was quite impressed. So let's just wait till the download process can complete. It's now halfway through. And they do offer some sort of entertainment, like sort of you can see the images of the Fortnite game and all those characters there in this process. But I think that once again, I was playing with my fingers here because I was waiting for the download to to end, and so the game can install. Um, I wasn't too excited about this process, but hey, it gave me a chance to see some of the on-screen game characters and also some of the action procedures that was happening. But it takes some time, and so I was waiting and waiting again, learning some of the techniques, because remember, this is the first time I'm playing this game on my Galaxy S7. I tried installing it on a Galaxy S3, and because I rooted that phone, it didn't give me a chance to do that. But anyway, I was happy with now that I could do it on the S7 Edge, and now as you can see on the screen, it's just verifying very quickly through this whole process, and then it was starting Fortnite. But it wasn't really starting it because I was waiting for the optimizing content, and this was another crazy step that I wasn't expecting, because basically what the optimizing content was doing was just that it was trying to make the game faster, but I don't know if it was making it faster on the mobile device or whether it was actually making it faster on the in-game process itself. Now I also speeded up this process for you so it doesn't bore you too much, but it took quite some time, I must say. It took at least between 5 to 10 minutes through this whole process of optimizing content. Now I can understand that you're downloading a 1 gig file. It will take some time to install and you know find out whether it's suitable for your device. But to wait 5 to 10 minutes for something to happen is quite something. Anyway, I was bored at one stage, and so I wanted to see the recording process was still happening with the DU recorder. And so I clicked the link there, and as you could see, it was still optimizing, and I was finally got to hopefully the login screen, the Fortnite login screen. But instead, I waited a little bit longer for the Fortnite screen to come back on again, and then wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. I can see it coming. There you go. It started to initialize. Um, this process was like waiting from. I was just waiting in anticipation to start the game. It said starting Fortnite, and then this loader came on. Damn, this bloody loader was so long again. Here I speeded up the process. As you can see, that loading bar is moving pretty fast again because I speeded up the video for you. I didn't want to bore you again. And then I thought, oh, now I'm ready for the game. Please, I'm ready. And eventually it started loading, but it loaded again, and I had to choose whether to create an account. I already had an account, so I just clicked yes, and I selected Epic Games because I wanted to enter my email address and not do it through any of the other social things, as I'm sure all of you have heard that Facebook was hacked. So I just entered my email address, and I skipped the process where you guys can see where my password is. Hopefully you don't see that. I know you didn't, because I clicked the login button just soon enough for me to log in. There we go, I'm logging in right now, and you can see that this was also going to take some time, so I was just watching that thing turning all the time. Eventually, there we go, I'm ready for it. Fortnite, loading, 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 logging in, logging in, and again I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. This is supposed to be a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. It's supposed to be fast, but it ain't no going no fast. So yeah, I had a chance to select my shooting options. I chose just to tap anywhere. Never done this before, and so I got it, and I was all ready. But then news popped up. I didn't want news, and so what do I do next? I didn't really know what to do next. So I clicked lobby, hoping that I'm ready for the game. But here I was, a character, a female character, and I'm all ready for it. I'm ready to take on the world with this one, this new character that's there. I'm all challenged. I'm ready. She's standing there, all ready to process. And as you can see on the screen right now, it's trying to verify, to matchmake me with all the other players. This was a longer process of waiting as well. I clicked on myself to see that was me, and now it was building the controls. I wasn't really sure what to do with this game because I haven't played it before. It was loading up, and usually, I played Duke Nukem back in the day on a PC. And I've played some other games on a mobile device before, but this has been eons since I've played a game on a mobile device. So I was really excited to get into this, but no, I was still loading and waiting. building the controls. I just looked at the screen in anticipation, and I was ready. There I was going ahead to start killing people or killing whatever there was in the screen. I was slapping my axe around, trying to maneuver myself around, and I think at this stage I get shot in the head somewhere. If you can see, bam, I get shot. I didn't really know how to run, so I'm moving from sideways, and here's my best Michael Jackson impersonation. I start backstepping. Well, I see somebody there, and I start going after them, and I try jacking at them, jacking at them, jacking at them, jacking at them, jacking them. I think I started jacking somebody, and there was some blood going all over the place, but I wasn't really sure whether I was actually hitting anybody or whether it was working. Then, as I start backstepping all of a sudden, I'm all of a sudden in flight. I don't know what the step was, so I was just flying, flying, flying over the island, and then I clicked the guy to move, to glide back down, and then the combat controls comes up. So I'm excited to go into the next phase of the game, not knowing what to do, but here I get the combat controls screen up again, and it's loading once again. I really didn't know what to do. I was stuck. And then, all of a sudden, network error. What the hell? There I was, all stuck, and a network error? Oh man. So it started matchmaking me again, and I actually got sick of it. I was thinking, man, I should just cancel out of this thing and leave. So I kind of did. I got to the end of this game. I will try and play the game again. It wanted to take me to the store. I wasn't interested in going to the store because obviously this was only my first time playing, and so I just decided to get out and exit from the game. Confirm the exit. I was logging up, leaving, and then the screen came up again. How did I get out of the screen? Don't know. I guess I just had to exit my mobile device. And there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching.